think we need to change up those ways that we think positively, or really habits about anything. I've got all kinds of habits of time management and productivity and all kinds of great habits that I've used, but you know, I've changed that over the years, whether it's just been I needed that change because the kind of work I do or what I need to be productive in changes, or whatever the case may be. So today I'm going to give you a couple of popular, I'm not going outside the box here, these are pretty popular in creating positive thoughts in your head, because there is so much going on around us that is not positive. Now, in this day and time that we're in, there's even a little extra stuff. So I think it's even so much more important for us to be not so concerned with what's going on around us, but be concerned with what's going on inside of us. Because you know what? It's the only thing you can control. Now, one thing that I do, and I recommend everybody to do, is to be reading the Bible. God's Word has just been an amazing source of comfort and an amazing source of just getting things right up here and understanding what's important, what really matters. So that is my number one thing. And I would say when I started doing that, I think these other things really started being more effective, because I've tried lots of things that I did and I felt good about and worked for a little bit of time, but they just weren't having any staying power. I was still letting the negative thoughts and worry and concern and anxiety and just distress about whatever may be going on in my life, big and little stuff, I was letting it get to me. So I recommend you have I really do this in a morning routine, but there's also lots of recommendations of doing this in your evening. So I'm going to show you one book that I used at one time. I actually don't use this very much anymore, but I have almost filled the book up. And it's called the 5-Minute Journal. So really what it is they have just made the printed sheets for you to fill in. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see that. So they give you a nice little quote at the top, and then you're writing down every day, every morning, every afternoon, what you're grateful for. My cat just is playing with my microphone cord. So you're writing down what I am grateful for, what would make today great, daily affirmations. And so in this one, it's a morning and a nighttime routine. So then in the nighttime, 3 amazing things that happened today, and how could I have made today even better. So all these things are really helping you to see the positive side of every situation, really, everything that happened in your day and what you're focusing on. So that's the most important thing. I don't even necessarily, I often didn't fill in the evening routine. I always did the morning thing because I'm just the morning routine kind of person, and that works really well for me. So even without this book, so don't feel like you need to get a journal, but sometimes it's nice. You go out and you spend that money on, or you even just have this book. I mean, I went to the conference and got it as part of going to the conference, but you just have a book that you can actually write down in it. And one thing it does is it gives you a little bit more self-accountability to get it done, because you're writing in it every day, or that would be your plan, to write it in every day. And you really have a record of what you've written or not written. So I would suggest that you could have any book. And I do that now. So again, I said I don't really use this book, and I haven't used it for a while, but I do keep it. And it's I may fill the rest of it in. There's really not that much left to fill in, but another approach to do this, and I cannot remember where I got this from, but this it's just a print off. So I've printed it off. It's a sheet that was designed by an author and was part of a book she read, but I can't really I can't remember. So I'm hoping when I edit this video, I'm going to put in what the author and the book that it's from. So I will have that on the screen right here when you view this video. And it's really the same kind of thing. Now you can notice on this one, they've also done like little daily goals in each of these areas, and these are what kind of you have to see them as the main areas of life. And coaching, we generally try to identify improvements in maybe one or two of those areas, and then it can go on to all the areas if needed, but it's good to focus on one or two of those areas, but still have goals, your short-term and long-term goals in all those areas. So that being your spiritual life, your physical life, exercise, and health and stuff like that, relational, personal, ministry, and financial. And then on here, you can see at the bottom, they have the 5 things I'm grateful for and 2 things I will pray for today. So it's just another process. So there's 2 different processes of doing more or less the same thing. What you want to do is put positive thoughts in your head. So the top 2 things, so you can think what went well today. So if you're doing this in the evening, you can think what went well today. If you're doing it in the morning, think about what went well yesterday. Have that reflection time in the morning, and try to get at least 3 things, but whatever, certainly do more, but you can always find 3 things. For me, let me go through this really quick. So what went well for me yesterday? Well, I wrote a blog post, and getting blog posts on my site has been such a challenge for me lately. Just the changes that I've had with jobs and my time management. As I said, getting blog posts, something I still really desire to do. So it's not something that I'm not doing because it just doesn't work for me, because you need to assess that. Are you not doing it because it doesn't work for you anymore? So I wrote a blog post and got it on my site. I had my mom over, and I did her hair for her. I used to be a hairstylist, so I have those skills, although I don't work in the trade anymore. And so that went really well. We had a really nice visit, and of course I got to color and cut her hair for her, so she was very thankful for that. And I also made 2 loaves of bread and a batch of buns. So that's really good. I love to keep up on the bread. I pretty much am making all my own bread right now that we eat in the house. And I've got 2 boys and myself and my husband. So that bread goes really quickly. That is just something that I always feel, oh, that went so well when I can make that. And I didn't let it rise super long, and I didn't really forget about it for too long. Which I sometimes do throughout my day. And then again, there's the what are you grateful for? So think about just what went well on that day, and then what are you grateful for? Can be something that happened on that day. I always like to use coffee. I started putting cinnamon in my coffee when I'm perking it lately. So I'm grateful for a tasty coffee in the morning. I'm grateful that my boys are around all day long, and that even when I'm working, I get to know what they're doing. I'm grateful for my chickens that give me lots of eggs. So there is just a really quick list that I made of just 3 things. So again, they can be really big things. They can be little things. The point is that you spend more time focusing on what's going well, focusing on what you're thankful for, focusing on what is great in the world. And there is so much of it. If you look, you need to fill your mind with lots of good stuff. And my life motto that I like to share is to always be learning. So again, fill your mind on these positive thoughts, and then also fill your time. Don't scroll social media. Go on there for a specific purpose, maybe. Go on there to check out a group of an interest you're in, or go on there to maybe you want to chat with somebody and have a little bit more personal one-on-one discussion, but don't spend lots of time there. Spend your time learning things. So use social media to join groups of things you want to learn about, things you want to be part in, and always be learning. Grab books and learn. Buy courses and learn. Take courses. Actually, there's all kinds of free ones, so you hardly even need to buy a course just to start learning something. And just keep your mind filled with all the good that's in the world.